I think I've finally listened to enough famous stand-up comedians podcasts that I think I understand the comedy scene now. Okay, here's how it works. The comedians only exist in three states. If you don't live in one of these three states, you're not a real comedian. Neither of us are real comedians. We don't live in the comedian states. Fucking, especially not Alex. Fucking Ohio. Fucking funniest. Fucking comedy in Ohio probably go together about as well as fucking peanut butter and AIDS. But, fucking,
I mean,
the three.
one of the greatest comedians lives in Ohio.
Wait, who?
Dave Chappelle.
Okay. I don't like him that much. Anyway.
I mean, he was like one of the greatest younger
Was he
like
from Ohio? Does he live in Ohio?
I
Where
don't
does he
know where
live
he's
now?
from. I know he
Where does he
currently
live
lives in
now?
Ohio.
Okay. Okay, so Dave Chappelle has enough status that he gets to be the exception to the rule.
We
But
got Jake Paul.
mostly
He's kind of funny.
he's not a comedian. He's a you could venture to call him a comedic actor due to his work on the Disney Channel, but he's not a comedian. I actually did like the Disney Channel show Jake Paul was on. That was probably like the newest Disney Channel show that like I was into as like a young teen. Like obviously I haven't seen anything that's aired on Disney Channel in the past 10 years besides maybe some cartoons. In terms of live action stuff, I think the very last show, like the most recent show I was into was Bizarrevark, which is the show that Jake Paul was on before he got fired for being Jake Paul. He was pretty funny. He was a good. He played the big dumb jock character, and it fit his personality type, so it worked out. But regardless, so three states, and each state is its own type of comedy. These are like the avatar for bending elements, but for comedy. You got New York comedians, which are just the normal ones. That's where the normal comedians are. Just you think of a regular Joe comedian, that's New York. New York comedy is regular normal ass comedy.
Like normal
So
white
they,
people shit.
yes,
Like
exactly.
Saturday Night Live comedians.
No, because that's more another one I'm gonna get into,
Well, that
which
is
is
in New York. So,
is SNL in New York? Okay, but it's coded as a different type of comedy, but it is in New York, I guess.
Jesus. Okay.
Um, okay, well, it fits better with a different category, but I guess it's in New York, so it
Go
doesn't
on.
matter. So yeah, white people shit, regular shit, New York comedy. I don't even mean like what no, because the real white people shit, right? Let me clear this up. Actually, New York is like not particularly white or black people shit. It's just normal people shit. L.A. LA comedy is what I would like to call Quirk Chungus comedy. Things are that's where the white people are. That's where they're doing all sorts of they're doing all sorts of silly. They're doing cute shit out there. That's LA comedy's MO is it's all like fucking like gay improv retards jacking each other off and like YouTuber style like sketch comedy. Like that's where the Quirk Chungus comedy lives is LA. And that's why I said SNL fits more with LA comedy than NY comedy, just because I feel like a lot of cringy sketch comedy in particular comes out of LA. Uh, and then and then there's Texas comedy, which is the how conservative can we be, and also how much can we suck Joe Rogan's cock contest comedy. That's what's going on in Texas. That's the new nation that's been forged by Mr. Rogan's podcast empire. It used to just be New York and LA had comedians, but now Joe Rogan has tricked a bunch of people into making their entire comedy careers being around being suctioned to his cock at all times. So those are the classifications of comedy. I decided I had this thought. I wanted to spread it to the people. That this is how comedy works. You have to understand. You have to if you want to become a comedian, you have to move to one of these three states. You have to choose depending on your style of it's like choosing your starter Pokemon. are you gonna do Quirk Chungus comedy? Are you gonna do normal comedy? Are you gonna do conservative Joe Rogan comedy? And you have to move to the state according to that's how this is how comedy works. This is how you make it as a comedian. This is my guide to you. So if you're like normal and funny, go to New York. If you're a quirky white person who's annoying and people don't want to be around you, maybe LA comedy is more your speed. And then there's Texas comedy for all the fucking magatards like you. And also the people who want to hang out with Joe Rogan because he's the king of podcasts for some reason, even though he's not even that entertaining.
He's the king of podcasts because like he made like he didn't coin the term podcast, but like ever since Joe Rogan started doing podcasts, everybody else was like, we should do a podcast.
It's one of those things,
He was like
right,
the
where
trailblazer almost.
it's funny where Dick has kind of Dick has kind of become the podcast internet equivalent to this because like or like the internet the like modern internet comedy version of this because like back like 10 years ago like all these like old head podcasts that are like ridiculously famous now that started in like the 2010s or like late 2000s 95% are directly spun off from, including Joe Rogan and several others are directly spun off from Opie and Anthony. Like Opie and Anthony created a generation of like fucking crazy famous comedy podcasters, and Joe Rogan is chief among them. And now there's Dick who like he just has his own little podcast over here, and he's creating sensations like fucking Nick Rekieta, and fucking it's just so fun. There have been so many things that Dick has done that Dick has like influenced that have surpassed him. And it's almost it feels unfortunate, right? Because it's like, man, I feel like he deserves a little piece of this.
I don't think he
What's going
wants
on
it
over
though.
here?
I think he's just vibing. Like I think he's just like chilling and doing his own thing. I don't think he gives a fuck.
Yeah, I mean at this point he's basically retired. He's the okay. This is probably offensive. Dick would get mad if he heard this, but like I feel like Dick is the most successful failed comedian of all time, right? Cuz he's basically retired now. And like there was definitely a time where like he was trying to put himself out there more and be more of a guy, and like be around in the podcast community and like actually like grow and like make new friends. And like I feel like at this point he's just like fuck it, I'm done with all the effort that goes behind that shit. I've got my guys. I've got my shows. I don't really need to like try to break the fucking glass ceiling anymore. I'm done. I'm essentially like I have enough money to live right now, and I can just continue to make $15,000 a month for free by talking into a microphone for 2 hours, and I don't really need to worry about it being anything more than that anymore. I think that's where he's at.
Fair enough, yeah.
Cause like it's like obviously I say most successful failed comedian. That's an oxymoron. But what I mean is like there was that like 10 years ago, because obviously like 10 years ago he was doing like straight up like LA improv, like he was one of these Quirk Chungus comedians from LA comedy, and then he got it beat out of him by the betrayal.
I'm surprised you haven't like just hopped a plane and went out to LA at this point.
I did consider it. That was among the considerations of purchases made during the I was rich era, was just going to LA for a couple days and fucking around.
And just see what happens.
Yeah.
Show up on Dick's doorstep and be like, "I'm homeless. Can you help me?
I'm gonna
Let me
show
be on
up
your
and
show.
I'm
Prove
gonna
my
show up
worth."
and be like, let's make some money, Dick, like that one schizophrenic guy did. Remember? That was
Yeah.
good. He didn't even have like an idea in his head. He's just like, I know you know how to make money, so I would like to team up with you on some sort of money making venture. I haven't thought about what it could be. I figured you could help with that part, but I just let's make some money.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
The show, which is called what, Alex?
It's right on my. It's Detour ahead. It's right there.
Wow, there it is.
Um, I don't know. We're like low tier, like homeless comedians.
Oh yeah, we're not even on the list. We're
Yeah, but like
untiered.
anybody can be a comedian. It's not hard. You just got to make people laugh. You tell one joke, you're a comedian.
Is that true?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, if you make people laugh, you're a comedian. If you tell jokes, you're a comedian. That's how it works.
Well, no, I feel like in the same. I guess that's technically true what you're
Well, yeah,
saying.
no, on a very vague technicality, yes. It's not like any other job. Like, I put tape, like putting duct tape over a piece of PVC that's leaking. Oh, I'm a plumber now. It's not how that works exactly. But like, if you can, maybe I should say, if you like can consistently make a group of people laugh, whether it's in a friend group or like family or whatever, you could call yourself a comedian.
Hey, I don't think it works on a personal level. I mean, everything is subjective for everyone, but like, I feel like to be a comedian, at the very least, you have to be like a performer of comedy, and it has to be like some level of priority in your life, right? Because like there have been like
Well, see, you're looking at it
there have been
like a
there have been
job
like
title,
act
though.
yeah, but like I
I'm
feel like it
looking at
has
it
to
as a
be.
social status, not a
I
job title. Because, like, you and I can call ourselves comedians.
That's true. Well, I mean, like we're not making money off of it, but we're doing it
So,
as like a. No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just
you can
saying
go to open
the
mic
re-
night for free and be a comedian, tell some jokes.
I know. I'm not. I'm not saying you have to make money to be a comedian. I'm saying like it has to be like a project. You're putting some level of like.
I think it's all about the performance of it.
Yeah.
So, like, what we do here is a performance. What you do on
Correct.
open mic night is a performance. What you do on the stage at SNL or on the streets of LA, that's a performance. So, like I said, like before I said it, if you can make people laugh, that's probably wrong. Now that like we talked it out. So like if you tell a joke, you're probably not a comedian. But if you do a performance while doing it to a group of public people, then you could probably get that title. You've earned the title if you do it publicly. Even if you're not in front of like a live audience, if you're throwing it out on the internet or something. But
Man, you know what? I feel like the game of like comedy. I guess this has always been the case because like there was always like radio and stuff, but like there's been a big boom in comedy based podcasts in the
well,
past
because
like
people are depressed as fuck.
yeah.
So like they're
Um
looking to other people to why is this like a fucking informational discussion based content? What the fuck are you doing?
we're doing a podcast, Alex. What the fuck?
This is where we rant about stupid retard shit. What do you why is this like an informational discussion?
I like having intellectual discussions on
Since
shows. I thought
when?
Alex, we had a whole episode where we went like fucking ridiculously deep on the nature of American politics. Like, what the fuck are you? We have intellectual discussions on the show.
Yeah, but it's too recent. That's like a once a year type thing. You can't waste it.
Shut up.
Now what are we gonna do next year? You used it up twice this year.
Now I forget what I was gonna say because you derailed me so thoroughly.
How are the cats doing? Do
Uh,
we have a cat update?
you just don't want to talk about this, you fucker.
Well, no, motherfucker, I have things to talk about too. Go
Well,
ahead,
we'll get to
continue,
the things in a
continue.
second. I just want to make sure I finish my point.
I will veer us off course in like
The moment I
10
remember what my
minutes.
point was.
I don't know what your fucking point was.
So the boom of comedy podcasts has kind of like it's made the skill floor of being a comedian higher in a way, right?
That's fair. Yeah.
Because before it became sort of an expectation, because like as a comedian, like separately from podcast and radio and all of that, your only job is to, like write jokes and go up and tell the joke. A lot of comedians tell the same jokes all the fucking time. They just go to different places and they tell the same jokes. And that's
That's
just
really
like
all you need. All
normal
you need is
and
like
is
one set.
accepted. Yeah, exactly. So like comedians would make like one set that was really funny and they'd be like, that's a funny comedian right there. But now that comedians are basically expected to have podcasts or to go on podcasts all the time, they have to be good at just riffing. They can't just write a set, and because like podcasts you can't just do the same bits every
I think
time.
that's true for like LA and Texas comedians, but New York comedians, I don't think like what you say are New York comedians. I don't think podcasts and like public appearances are a requirement. Jim Gaffigan doesn't do a goddamn thing, but like he's reached audiences like my own dad just by doing comedy, and that's it. Like not because he was on a podcast or anything like that. He did show up on SNL to play
Oh,
Tim
if you're
to play
A-list, you're
Tim
immune to the
Walls,
podcast.
but
That's what I forgot to mention. Like all the B-listers and below have to have podcasts. If you're an A-lister, you
that's why
skirt
I
over
feel
the
like all
podcast
the
department.
B-listers are like if you're a B-lister, you might as well just go out to LA. Like if you want to work your way up to A-list,
No, because I
New
think New
York
York is kind of
style,
like where B-list lives, because like that's where Jim Norton is, who's like the king of the B-list. Like he just barely is not A-list. That's where like Dan Soder is, Mark Norman. Like there's people in New York. Like
Okay. I don't know. I see it as the B-listers got to go make a name for themselves out in LA, then move up the ranks to, or maybe the C-listers should go start out in LA, make a name for themselves, go be funny, and then they can move up to B and A out in New York and do some like classy comedy, like reach the masses kind of comedy.
yeah,
But
LA
there's the
LA
other
comedy
thing.
works good as an entrance point, but it's like you gotta be careful because you might just like fall into the quicksand and then you're an LA Quirk Chungus comedian forever
Like
and you
Hawk
never
Tuah
get to
girl.
evolve. Yeah.
She's forever like nobody knows her fucking name. It's
Well,
Hawk Tuah
she
girl.
she gave up the title of comedian when she fucking did a fucking crypto scam and then did stop doing her comedy podcast.
Yeah, you can't.
Can't be doing crypto scam. I still don't get it. Like the fucking greed on this bitch, right?
Dude,
Where
start a crypto scam.
she's making ridiculous money on fucking merch.
Join.
She got signed to fucking Logan Paul or whichever Paul it is fucking podcast network. It's fucking making ridiculous money on ad revenue, both through the podcast network itself and actual ad reads and through YouTube. Like she had money fucking rolling in. I don't know why she found it necessary to then go and do this crypto scam that was obviously a massive risk to her reputation, and then it ended up destroying her reputation exactly as you would predict that it might.
You got to start a crypto scam. That's how you're gonna get your next wave of money.
Well, the problem is you have to have something go viral first that you can then use to pitch the crypto scam.
Riely, you're fat.
I got to do Breaking Bad Nintendo DS coin.
No, I was gonna say
I
go.
should have done that years ago.
You got to go. What you need to do. Hear me out. Go find Christina Jesus Chan or whatever her Chris
Jesus
Chan.
Christ Chan.
Jesus Christ
Yeah.
Chan, yeah.
Whatever the fuck she's calling herself nowadays.
Yeah. Go do a collab with her and call it Sonic. What was the fucking I had Sonichoin.
Oh my god.
Do Sonichoin. You're like it's perfect. Be like buy this so you're not going to get cursed. The more you buy, the less curse you have. You can market it. It's easy.
That's a good bit.
And everybody who follows Chris Chan or Christina Chan, whatever the fuck her name is, anybody who follows her is already probably a retard. So they'll give into it. They'll be like, Sonichoin, I want to learn about Sonichoin. I want a Sonichoin, and they're gonna fucking buy it up. And then you buy out Chris Chan. You buy out Chris Chan and then scam everybody else and run away with the money. You're both fat. You just gotta like create your own Sonnet shoe. Breaking Bad shoe or something. I don't know. Walter Chew.
Yeah, Walter Chew.
It's just Pikachu with a goatee and a top and a hat and a fedora. A blue Pikachu.
Jesse, we have to battle.
You just got to create a scam. That's all. Just scam them. Don't scam these viewers though.
I
did
start thinking about that. Right, I'm going through my current crucible where like I think I'm finally like settling down now, but just like the existential horror of having to return to the workforce after several months of precious, sweet, delicious freedom. And I was kind of thinking, I'm like, you know, what if I just like did crimes? Like, is that a viable option for making it? I like, what if I just went around and like robbed stores,
monetize
maybe a
it,
bank. Went around.
Well, no, but like, okay, we can work with this though. Because I'm enough beers in to where I can work with these kind of ideas right now and still talk some sort of sense. Start a Twitch channel where you rob banks. You go to banks off camera and say, hey, I would like to do, for content, I would like to do fake robbings. And you pay them. You're not going to make any fucking money outside of like Twitch donations and shit. Be like, hey, donate here or redeem this or send 100 bits so I can shoot this guy. And like you can make funny things like that. And then all the way down at the bottom, put all of this, like put a little disclaimer, obviously. So like Twitch is like, so you can still do it. But like, just go to banks. I don't know if
Twitch would let you do this even with the disclaimer. Unfortunately, like Twitch is too like maybe I'd get away with this on like Kick.
There you go. Like anywhere that you can get donations, you just got to find that little niche, that little niche that like people want to see. Like Maddox found it. Maddox found it with the fucking Banana Docs and Oxmad. People would love to see that. If he brought it back, I'd fucking watch it.
You're making like a retarded like post-ironic dick show point. I thought you were gonna say the children's artwork, like the actual thing that Maddox figured out that made him like that tricked him into thinking he was a celebrity for a decade.
I'm talking about streaming and making money. He made a decent amount of money as streaming his fucking silly, stupid shit on the internet.
No, he didn't. Not as Banana Docs or fucking Oxmat. Like all the money he was making was from dickheads, and dickheads only like him ironically, so they're stingy with the amount of money they give him.
If you did that legitimately, or if he continued it, I guarantee you people would be giving him more money.
You think so? You think Banana Docs?
Dude, the dickheads have millions of dollars across the universe. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but they don't want to give it to Maddox. That's the thing. Like, they only want to do super chats as trolls. Whereas, like, The Maddox was in this weird in between state where it's like nobody likes him because he tried to fuck everyone over and he sucks, but like also I didn't really care that much because it's
I'm
been
just
so
saying you got to
long.
find
So
your niche. You got to find that one thing where you'll get some donations running through.
true, true.
Like, so speaking of Maddox and doing that, Maddox, just because it was Maddox, right?
Uh huh.
Just if it was anybody else, that could be very lucrative. Doing the exact same thing, but take Maddox out of the role and put somebody else doing the exact same thing, that could be very lucrative because people find that entertaining. Maybe ironically a little bit because it was Maddox, but like,
There is an unironic. I don't think he's appeared on the Dick Show, so you haven't really heard of him. But he's in Carl's universe. There is a guy named Cardiff Electric who does a bunch of shows with Carl, who is a potato. He puts on a potato filter when he streams, and it's very famous.
okay, but that brings
So
me into what I was going to talk, like one of the things that I discovered. So I'm back on
mhm.
Twitch, right? I'm not streaming. But I was watching VTuber girls crash out at their chat and like getting pissed off and angry because it's funny. Because
Yeah,
it's because as a man, it's very funny to watch a woman crash out. It's very fun. You can't tell me I'm wrong, right?
yeah.
So while I was scrolling through the Twitchverse, I came across this one VTuber. I don't know. It's not even a VTuber. I posted it in live chat, by the way.
Okay.
Let me pull it up here.
Okay, so that's a
So
peanut.
this
She
guy's
seems very upset, or he seems very upset.
it's called the Burnt Peanut, and literally it's just what Maddox did, but he plays like FPS games and shit, and he just like rages, and he's funny too. He's entertaining to watch.
Wait, this is a dude. Why are its lips so fucking feminine?
I don't know. It's a
I thought this was
dude.
a chick peanut.
No, it's a dude peanut. That's why it's more entertaining. But like
That's fair.
I came across this guy and I'm like, holy shit, there's actually people like he's got decent amount of like let me look him up on Twitch real quick. He's got almost 1 million followers on Twitch
Holy
and
shit.
780,000 on YouTube.
That's insane.
Isn't that fucking wild? Just playing games as a fucking peanut. Like all it take like he would probably have 75% of that if he wasn't a peanut. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People come to watch him, the peanut, crash out and get mad at FPS games. So like all you got to do is like just find your niche. Like maybe you could go online and start doing like stupid retard shit. I don't know. You know what you should do?
That's not. I don't like that though. That's the thing. Like that's
You,
the
I
reason
got it.
why that's the reason why I only lasted 8 days in the LCU, is because I don't like this stupid fucking internet bullshit comedy where it's like fucking, oh look, I'm having things dumped on me, and like I'm not doing any fucking goofy shit. Like I just want. That's the thing, is like I'm not willing to just like sell out. Like whatever. I guess maybe I could get famous being like a retarded goofball, but like I'm actually interested in like real comedy and like radio. So I'm not really looking to spend my time going around fucking doing stupid shit.
Oh, see,
I'm trying to
okay.
do
Well
radio, and the audience is just not as big for that.
that kind of veered away from what I was gonna bring up in terms of
But
stupid
go ahead,
shit.
make a pitch. Make a pitch.
a cooking show where you just fuck it up constantly.
That's not bad. That's actually a fun sketch idea.
So, Penguin sent me a TikTok. Speaking of food, Penguin sent me a TikTok, and I brought it into the show. Penguin told me in all caps, "Send this to Riely right now," and I said, "We're doing the show tomorrow. I'll bring it into the show." All
All
right.
right, what are we doing?
Let me
What do we got?
copy the link.
Should you like screen share it and like play it on the screen
Oh, well,
for
that
the
works
people?
too. Yeah. Why is this all fucked? There we go. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I need to make sure this stays up on there. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
So this is a I told Penguin about your little
Oh my god! I started reading the comments and now I know what this is about.
Well, I don't have the comments on the screen, so I was gonna give
Okay,
you a little setup.
okay, so it's not spoiled for the audience, but now it's spoiled for me.
Anyway, so this goes back to your little fiasco that happened while you were here.
Do you still suffer echoes of that?
Yes,
Like,
every fucking time. Every single fucking time. I use the goddamn oven. It smells like burnt shit, and it fucking pisses me off. I'm just cooking goddamn Christmas cookies, and it smells like burnt pizza. You fucking piece of shit. You fucked me over. I can't get that out. It's baked on there because I was lazy, and it's baked. It is crusted. It is part of the metal now, and I can't do anything about it.
The machine now.
Look, Penguin sent me this, and I thought this was funny, so I'm gonna play it for you. All right. This is Lobotomy Jones's TikTok.
Who's not autistic tell me something real quick?
Hold on.
Hello, my friend. Can someone who's not autistic tell me something real quick? It says place pizza directly on middle oven rack. I never do that, obviously. Like, why would you phrase it like that if that's not what you're supposed to do? There's definitely like a 13-year-old out there somewhere.
It is what you're supposed to do. What do you mean?
Can someone who's not autistic?
It's not what you're supposed to do.
Definitely what you're supposed to do. Listen,
Okay.
according to TikTok commenter Angel, they say you are supposed to put it directly on the oven rack. It lets the crust dry out and get crispy so you don't have a soggy pizza. You should put a pan below on the lower rack to catch stuff, which is smart. I don't do that. But it is supposed to go directly on the rack. The one time you're actually supposed to take it literally. Thank you. Pretty much all frozen pizzas are meant to be cooked directly on the rack. I 100% put pizzas directly on the oven rack.
Look, listen. I thought it was funny that somebody else had the same problem as me. Okay, I thought it was funny.
You gaslighted me and treated me as if I was a fool, and as if nobody would ever deign to put pizza directly on the oven rack. But now all these TikTok comments are showing me that that I am smart and you are dumb. Actually,
I figured I would just bring it into the show. We don't do much visual shit much anymore. So I figured I'd bring a video in, all right? You fucking piece of shit retard.
I'll get like fucking.
Next time you come up here, you're buying you're either buying
something.
new oven racks or you're scrubbing the shit out of the ones that you fucked
Wait,
up.
the racks are the pro? I thought it was like the bottom of the oven that would.
You're cleaning the whole
problem,
goddamn
though.
thing. I want it looking brand new. I want to be able to smell my food while it's cooking, not
Listen, I
the
think we
food that
listen.
you cooked 6
I
months
think we
ago.
both know this isn't gonna happen. What you're saying. So why don't we just cut out all the all
No,
the
but you are coming
preconceived
up here.
notions?
You are coming up here next year for potential idea. I don't want to spoil it yet, but well, no, I already
I
talked about it for Great Gatsby musical next year.
Yeah, I will. I'll see what I can do. I hope so.
We'll see. All right, Riely.
Mm-hmm.
A very important. So I have a wedding, not mine,
Yeah.
but I have a wedding in September to go to.
And your friend is gonna be at that wedding, and their ex-girlfriend from a couple of years ago. You two have been making eyes at each other.
No,
Uh,
I'm one of the groomsmen in the wedding.
okay.
Yeah. So I figured I look like shit. And if I'm gonna be in this person's wedding pictures, I need to get my shit together, right? That makes sense.
Sure.
A little bit of like fix myself up, a little bit of I want to be respectful to this person, right? They don't want a fat piece of shit in their fucking wedding pictures. So, it's very selfish of me. I get that. So I've come to the conclusion, and
Uh-huh.
this is very. I'm glad that I'm bringing this up now, because you've already accepted me as a man.
I have an inkling as to where this might be going, and
Where is it going?
Are you gonna say you're gonna cut your hair?
I'm tempted to like just. So I don't know what I want to do.
Alex?
I'm very indecisive with like what kind of style, whatever I want to do. I'm getting
Alex.
to the point. Hold on. Let me cook. I'm getting to the point where I'm about to go up to my mom, who fucking hates. Hey, I don't think she hates it. I think she's gotten used to it. But when I grew my hair out first, she hated it. So I think it would be very, very nice if I went up to my mom and said, "The hair's got to go," and just go straight bald and just full reset.
All right, Alex. Let me be 100%.
I'd have to grow the beard out first. I'd
I'm speaking to
obviously
you.
grow the beard out before you shave the head.
I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking to the audience, and I would like to make one thing very clear. And you're all gonna think this is a joke. You're all gonna think I'm goofing and gaffing. This is the most serious I've ever been about anything in my life. If you ever show up on that fucking camera and you do not have long hair, this is an audio show again. I can't do it. It's over. Video Detour Head is over the moment your long hair is over, and I'm not kidding.
I mean, what's the difference between no hair and what I have now on camera?
The lack of hair.
The lack of like this little tuft right here, is that the problem?
And sometimes the ponytail like bobs to the side a little bit. You get a nice.
So like, what if I turn this into a running bit?
What do you mean?
Different anime, like not different, but like anime wig hair instead.
If you bought a bunch of different wigs and had a different wig every episode,
I can't do a different wig every episode, but I have like 4.
Yeah, so I'd say at least like
3?
a unique wig every week for a month, and then it just goes back into rotation. So yeah, 4 is enough for that.
Well, there's that. I can do hats. I'm not gonna
Hats.
show up with like shiny fucking bald head Joe Rogan style.
I don't even want to see short hair on you. I better see a ponytail bobbing to the side, or I don't want to fucking see your hair.
I can grab the ponytail clip from I don't know if it'll stay. I have a Bowsette cosplay wig.
Meh.
Look, I'm
Just cut the ponytail off of it and stick it to the back of your
well,
head.
no, the ponytail is
tricky
like
and
a hair
thinking.
clip. So like it's short blonde hair, and then you clip the ponytail onto the back. But I'm extreme. Look, the long hair is getting really fucking annoying, and it's getting on my fucking nerves. All right, and I really want to go back to short hair. I know you don't like that, and I know you're gonna be fucking pissed. Should I keep the hair? Should I just like dangle it from like a string back there, so you can just constantly see it.
Oh shit! You should put it like right. You should stick it right under the Sonichu. Like Sonichu has a beard, but it's your ponytail.
Like a fucking memorial. That's so fucked. No, I'm not. That's creepy. No, I'm not putting a lock of my own hair back there. That's weird. But I am very tempted to like just completely Britney Spears it and just get rid of it all at once.
Oh god.
I'll wear hats.
The women having short hair is like almost always a mistake. Like I've met hot women with short hair, but it's like but it's like running in the Olympics with one leg, right? Like people have done
What if I
it
do the
with like
what? Okay,
prosthetics and shit, but you're at a massive disadvantage.
what if until we're talking 5-6 months, right? If I go and shave, like buzz cut, shave my head, right? I have to go buy a fedora and do the goatee.
Oh my god.
Walter White it. Look, I'm giving you a heads up now that it's coming, it's building. The idea has already planted itself in my head, so it's coming. It's going to happen. Even if it doesn't happen anytime soon, I will get a fresh like short haircut for the wedding in September.
Gross.
So, unfortunately, it will be happening, but I think the 4 years of long hair, it was fun, but now it's really just become a nuisance at this point.
Awful.
What else? What else do I have
Terrorism.
to talk about here. Oh, I guess there's technically 2 more things. They kind of tie together though. So, I have been looking into a new capture card.
Whoa.
I'm going to start putting money away at some point in time to buy a new one, as well as potentially upgrade the PC so it can handle it, and hopefully start streaming on Twitch and try and get like build an audience there so that they can come here. That being said, there will be sometime next year. Hopefully. If not next year, definitely the year after. I want a dog.
Yes.
I desperately want a fucking dog. All I want in life right now, I've been looking into dogs. Like, I've been looking into, like, getting a dog. I want a dog. Everybody tells me I want a dog. And if a fucking girl doesn't want to be with me, I'm going to go get a dog. All right. If I, like,
let's not start using dogs as replacements for women. You fucking keep that peanut butter in the cabinet, dog.
Okay, like you know
I know what I mean. I'm fucking around.
Fucking retard. You're the only person who would have gone there too. But like living alone fucking sucks. And like I know that it would also be good for my health. Dog has to go for a walk. And I will deeply care about this living creature more than myself. Which means if the dog needs to go for 1 to 2 walks a day, I'm going for 1 to 2 walks a day, and it's going to help with my health. I'm going to lose weight. It's good.
Alex, if you get a dog, he can be like our mascot. We could have the
Detour That's head, how it ties into
dog.
So that's how it ties into streaming.
Uh-huh.
Since I never sent you your camera back, I'm just going to commandeer it and use it for puppy cam.
Oh my god. No, because that's a slippery slope. Because then you're gonna become too attached to the idea of the puppy cam and what it brings to your stream, and then you're gonna equip your dog with a torture collar like Hassan, and you're gonna. Do you even know about that? You don't use the internet. Do you know about
I
Hassan's
don't
shock
what
collar?
what? I don't use the internet.
Yeah, and you haven't been listening to the Dick Show. You aren't caught up. So
Yeah, he
fucking
shocked the dog because the dog like
okay. You know about the dog.
yeah, I know about the dog on the bed or getting off the bed or whatever. I didn't remember the context, but
Yeah, fucking Hassan shocking his dog.
no, I'm not gonna do that. Riley, I'm gonna love this thing more than I love myself. So the only problem is I have a lot of like stupid shit that the dog will get into.
Oh, that dog is gonna chew the fuck out of your fucking pop figure mausoleum. I hope you understand that.
I have
Yeah,
some cleaning up to do. I have some like put things up. Luckily the important ones are not really on the bottom. I'm more concerned with like the plushies that are all down there on that one display in the middle. But like, Jesus fucking Christ, I want a dog so bad. Riley, I could go get a dog right now. Maybe
I
not
feel
right
like you
now at
have
9 o'clock at night, but like I could after work, I could just go buy a dog. It's only like the one website I was looking at was like, yeah, golden retriever puppies, 10 weeks old, all vaccinations and everything, all good, $600. I was like, what the fuck?
Alex.
$600? I have $600. I can go get a dog. Riley, I want a fucking dog so bad. This is the
Alex, I
only
hope
thing.
you
I cried
understand.
myself to sleep last night because I was like, all of these, I'm looking at puppy pictures of for sale, and I know that I can't give all of them good homes, and it's very upsetting to me.
You're like, I wish I could have all of these puppies.
Riley,
Literally all
I
of them.
just want a dog. I want something like I want something to come home to besides fucking clanker robotics, computers and shit. Speaking of which, I found a shiny Drampa in ZA.
Yeah.
Uh so if you want a shiny Drampa, I learned this from TikTok. I didn't figure this out myself. But it only spawns in area 19 at like that little gazebo over there in the early morning. So you go over there, you knock it out, you hit a timer for 1 minute. At like 57, 58 seconds, you save the game and the Drampa will respawn. And if it's not shiny, you close the game, reopen it, and you just keep respawn
Oh yeah,
and
I know about
reset.
this method that you're describing. Yeah.
Riley, it took me over 800 probably like 900 plus resets over the course of like 8.5 hours. But I was on call with Penguin last night, and I was like, Penguin, give me some of your Gen 7 love, please. I need this thing. I'm going insane. It should have happened by now. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do a few more and then I'm going to bed, and I got it. I was like, oh yes, he's level 100.
Let's fucking go.
Its nickname is Jupiter
That's great.
because it's a female.
Yeah.
So I can't name it Zeus because the shiny
True.
Mega looks like storm clouds.
Yeah.
So I can't do Zeus. So I'm like, well, the Roman equivalent of Zeus is Jupiter. But Jupiter can also be a female name because of Sailor Jupiter. So we're good. That's how I figured it out.
But one point I was trying to make earlier, and then it got kind of just about your hypothetical future dog. I would just like you to know to try to ruin it for you a little bit, because I think if you look inside your heart, you know this will be correct. You're gonna get that fucking dog, and you're gonna love that dog. If you get this dog tomorrow, you're gonna love that dog. It's gonna be your best friend for the next 6 months, and then I'm gonna show up and your dog is gonna like me better than you. I fucking promise you.
Well,
I'm gonna
because
show. I'm gonna walk in and I'll be like, "Hey, buddy, I'm your new best friend," and the dog's gonna be like, "Yep, that's correct."
yeah, but the dog will always be mine.
That's true. But
That's the
whenever I
thing.
walk through the door, he'll be like, "Holy shit, it's that guy that I like."
It's
I
not
had a
because you're
friend.
his new. It's not because you're its new favorite. It's because you're a new person.
I had a friend's dog who was like that. He lived near me for like years and years, and anytime I came in, that dog would be like, "Oh my god!"
That's
She'd start running
because
around.
that's solely because the dog sees you and it's like, holy shit, you're still alive! Oh my god!
This
like
person that I
you.
saw before, I saw them again, and they haven't died since the last time I saw them.
Well, yeah, because time works differently for dogs.
Yeah.
So like 2 days for you is like a week for them. So like Cooper does the same. Cooper, my parents' dog, does the same thing. Every time I come home, whether it's the next day or like a week later, he's always so excited to see anybody who walks in. So like it's not that big of a
Fair.
deal. For a second I thought your audio wasn't picking up this entire episode and I was about to kill myself. I would have
I
been
mean,
pissed.
we haven't had any pauses yet. You could have made the alignment work.
But like I want a fucking dog and I know that I can afford it. And I know I can afford it. Like I'm tempted. Now this is the part where you're going to disagree, all right?
Okay.
The Funko Pop collection's going to have to like get cut in half.
Why would I dis? I think it needs to be cut, and that's the end of the sentence.
No, cuz like
Period.
the Pokemon ones are going to stay. The Adventure Time one, like the full collections that I have, Steven Universe, Adventure Time, all the Pokemon ones I have, I'm keeping those because those look nice, completed. All the Gokus that I have, by the way, they released Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta.
Oh, awesome.
So I have both of those. Like like the forms of Goku and Vegeta, that's gonna stay. But like the Marvel ones, that's gonna get cut by like 80%. We'll probably get rid of almost all of the Demon Slayer ones. Like get rid of a
But
lot of
seriously,
them.
Alex, why would I be mad about this? I very clearly recall that hallway to the left of you. I clearly recall standing in it, talking to you, and trying to convince you how awesome it would be if you just sold your whole Funko Pop collection and you just had all of that money to buy real cool things.
Like a dog.
Yeah, like a dog,
I will give
exactly.
up every single Funko Pop I own if someone gives me a dog. Specifically a golden retriever 10-week-old puppy.
Trade offer. You should put that on Craigslist. Just take a pic, and literally every Funko Pop you own, it's like you get all of these Funko Pops. You just have to provide me with a 10-week-old golden retriever puppy with all of its relevant vaccinations, and these Funko Pops are yours.
Look, I want a dog. I need a dog. And someone's like, "Well, if you want companionship, you should get a cat." I go, "I can't. I don't want something shitting in my apartment. I don't want a
Well,
cat.
dogs will shit in your apartment. Oh well, on purpose, cat shit. Yeah, I see what you're
I
saying.
don't want to have to like I can pick up dog poop. Dog poop doesn't like I grew up with dogs. So like dog shit doesn't like phase me as much. Cat shit is very very fucking pungent and smells awful.
It's the opposite for me. Like obviously they're both terrible and I don't want to do either, but like I feel like dog is worse.
Because you aren't like constantly around dogs. That's the thing. You're constantly around cats, so you've gotten
No, no,
used
no,
to the
but
smell.
I was constantly around dog. I had a dog from like 8 to 15.
Yeah, but like I don't want that shit in my fucking house though. I don't want to have to buy litter and shit. Like I don't want cats. Like Val fucked cats up for me. I can never get a cat.
Those cats are awesome. What do you mean?
Not when I was living at the last house we were at. That's why I left.
Were they not cool? They seemed cool.
They the one was fine, but the other one was so fucking needy and like emotional to the point where it would purposefully piss at the bottom of the stairs every fucking day.
That's that's the funniest cat I've ever heard.
Yeah,
What a
it's funny now, but when it was happening, Riely, it took 6 months of my shit being in storage for all of my belongings that were in my bedroom to stop smelling like cat piss.
Mm,
Even when I like pulled them out of storage and like started unboxing and unpacking things when I moved into this apartment, stuff still smelled like cat shit.
okay, yeah.
Like no matter what you do, like whether you wash it or whatever, that shit stinks and it's awful.
I've been shit onto by a cat
So like
directly.
that's the
That
new
was funny.
update. Colo puppy, puppy
It's
chew.
like, man, maybe the most this is trauma that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Like I'm starting to come to terms with the fact that like I will never stop thinking about this. That my mother decided to bring this fucking like elderly cat with a stomach disease into our lives. And in the 6 months that we had her, I became closer with that fucking cat than I've ever been with a cat in my goddamn life. Like even like Vito now is like close, but like there was something special between me and poor sweet little Gabby. But then she just her stomach got worse and worse, and she never had control of where she was shitting. She was shitting on the floor all the fucking time. But then she really didn't have control of where she was shitting, and she was shitting because she would sleep on top. That was the tradition for most of the time that I had her. She would just lay right on top of me. She would sleep on top of me. And then she shit on top of me once, so that was the end of her sleeping on top of me. And eventually she ran away and she died, which is the traumatic part. Is that we never confirmed a body, but you know how cats do. They're
Are
about to
we
die and they disappear into the fucking forest.
Speaking of which, are we assuming Steve is dead as well? What was his
Oh
name?
yeah. Steve has not been sighted in like a year. He's gone.
Okay. How's
The
Vito another
only the
one?
only the only cats that remain are the scrappy young kids, Vito and Whitey. Probably had them for like a year and a half, I think. Like July 2023 is when we got them. So they're going strong.
So puppy chew incoming.
Hell yeah.
Not like tomorrow. Like this is just an idea I had like a week ago. Like I want a fucking dog. I want a goddamn dog so fucking badly.
And this is why the thing is Vito and Whitey are uh unlike any other cat I've ever had. Vito and Whitey are we're attempting to keep them indoors. Whereas it was common practice in general, and especially in this house, to let cats. It was common practice in general for many years to just let cats roam, and I think in the past couple of years, people have been like, "Hey, shouldn't we like not? Isn't
Yeah,
it like
don't do that.
dangerous out there?" And it's like, yeah, it kind of is. You're kind of right. And yeah, fucking between Gabby and Steve, being because Steve would come home with some new grievous injury or sickness every fucking month. Like it was hard out there for a pimp, and we couldn't do much to help him because fucking as if we're gonna afford vet bills. So we did all we could for him, and he lasted longer because like stray cats. I guess the life expectancy for like stray cats when they're kept track of is really only like 2 or 3 years on average or something like that. Like it's pretty low. And I think Steve made it longer than that. But yeah, no, it sucks. And now and Vito wants to be an outside cat very bad, and he kind of is because he keeps finding fucking new exciting ways to escape. It's really ridiculous. He fucking the most recent time. Well, now the problem is he's getting out through a hole in the window. This is a fun argument me and my mom are having. So there's a portable air conditioner in the living room, right? You ever seen one of the? It's like a bit, not like portable, like actually, like it's not like a little thing. It's like a big machine, but it's
Yeah.
not like built into the wall. It's like its own
It's like
unit.
the one that I
Um,
have, but slightly smaller, and it fits in a window.
Yeah, well, it doesn't fit in a window. That's the thing. It does not fit in a window. That's the whole thing. Is it's not in a window. It's its own machine. You can roll it around and move it and shit.
Oh, do you put like the
And
vent out the window?
yes, yes, yes.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we had that in our living room. Um, and at some point my mother decided that she didn't want it in the living room. This is my mother has these makes these weird feng shui decisions that she becomes very aggressively committed to. But thankfully here's the thing. I've never gotten shit in this fucking house, okay? Because the people doing the things are always my mom's friends who would never possibly listen to me on anything I had to say because they have no motivation to do so. The person she had at the time who was willing to take that air conditioner out was my father. So I had some cards in the game because he also cares about me and is invested in my happiness. So I it was like mom was saying we gotta take this thing out. I'm like, don't take that out. I'm gonna use that. And he was like, okay, I won't take it out. And then we get to the last day he's there. And she's like, why did you take that thing out? And he said, because Riely said not to take the thing out. She's like, what? Whoa! And it just stayed there. And then she was like, you have to take it out. And I'm like, yes. I will take it out, but I was definitely 100% lying. And for the longest time it just stayed there, and she would like bring it up every once in a while as like a point of one of the many grievances I've committed onto her. And then one day she's decided to rip it the fuck out. And what she failed to consider is that the hole left by the vent tube is a perfect little exit way for our friend Vito to just fucking goodbye, leave, just whatever he wants. And now we have to like tape a bunch of bullshit to it, and it's like, man, it's almost like you shouldn't have ripped that air conditioner out of the wall haphazardly without knowing what was gonna happen next.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know what the fuck, like it's a machine. Cause we argued about it this morning, right? And it's like she's having to tape a little cardboard box to the hole with like fucking layers and layers of tape. And I'm like, and I'm like, I feel like it would look better to just have an air conditioner here than it does to have a cardboard box taped to the window. Um, and she like tries to argue like no, because it's just like a little part of the room, and then that's a big machine. But like the machine is normal. People walk into a room and see a machine such as a portable air conditioner, and they're like, even if they're the most like fucking feng shui, like perhaps there's a little bit of clutter that doesn't need to be here, but I can see the purpose for this device. Like this is a normal thing to exist in this room, whereas a cardboard box taped to the window is this seems to be some sort of ratchet jerry rig situation for some sort of, and it looks ugly. So like I think the big machine is actually the more aesthetically pleasing of the two scenarios,
You know what
but
you have to do?
what?
Put it back.
I should put it. I don't know how to put it back, but I should figure it
Fucking
out.
YouTube it. Figure it out. Put it back.
I think it is still in the back. I don't remember if we've thrown it away yet or not. I think it might still be
See,
in the backyard. In
put
which
what you
case,
got to do is you got to put it back, and when your mom comes at you and says, "Why the fuck did you put it back?" say, "I didn't. It's just been left there. I don't know what you're talking." Fucking gaslight the shit out of her.
gaslighter. That never came out of the wall. What do you mean?
Well, I don't. Mom, I don't know what you're talking about. We never took it out of the wall. I've been meaning to for a while, but I keep forgetting. And just see what happens. Social experiment
great.
for science.
Just really hardcore commit to the bit.
Oh yeah. It's always been there. What else was I think that's pretty much wraps up. Speaking of being wrapped up, I think that wraps up everything I wanted to bring in. See, I had a lot of things to bring in this week. I'm very proud of myself because usually like Showtime comes around and I'm like, what did I do? What happened to me this week? But like, I want a dog. A dog incoming. Maybe not this month. Maybe not next year. But like, dog will be incoming. I want to make sure that I'm the perfect.
I think it's possible. I think my mother is at a point. She's flirting with the idea of a third pet. She's brought up to me thinking about getting a third cat, and not doing it for A reason or B reason. So it's in her mind. She's talked about wanting a Chihuahua before. She's talked about wanting a pit bull before. Either way, pit bull will be more risky. I don't want him to eat Vito like a little snack cake. The Chihuahua might be the safer call.
So I'm still trying.
Way,
I'm still trying to figure out what breed of dog that I want. Number one option, golden retriever.
golden retrievers are pretty great.
The only downside to that is my mom and dad's first dog, like that stereotypical dog, that stereotypical dog that you get before you have kids. Theirs was a golden retriever. So I don't really want to be bringing around a golden retriever and have them look at my dog and be like, "Oh, it looks like Zeke," and they get upset.
Was this golden retriever not your childhood dog? Was it like old when you were a baby, or
It passed away when I was in kindergarten or first grade.
okay?
It was the dog
I mean,
they got.
the years 0 through 4 are pretty formative. I'm sure you have some memories of that dog.
Not really, unfortunately. The only memory I have of that dog, besides like looking at pictures and shit, is I was going off to school and my mom's like, say goodbye to Zeke, and I'm like, okay. And my mom was like almost in tears because they put him down that day, and I didn't really say goodbye.
I think I might have asked and she said no, but maybe I'm just making that up. I'm probably just gonna ask again, even if I did ask, because like it's one of those things where I think I'm inventing a fake memory because it doesn't feel solid. But I gotta ask my mom because I had a dog when I was like 3. This used to be his room actually. When when I was a young boy, the first identity by which I knew this room, which I occupy now as my game room, was the dog's room. This is where my dog Scooby Doo lived because he smelled bad and mom didn't want him running around the house. So he lived in here, and I would come in here and play with him. He was a bulldog. And as we all know, bulldogs are sick and dying at all times because they're terrible man-made creations of horror.
Bulldogs?
Yeah, they're adorable. I'm not saying they're not adorable, but they're like dying constantly.
I thought that was pugs.
But like certain breeds of bulldogs and pugs, just like that kind of dog category. But yeah, the Scooby Doo got sick. We took him to the vet. And what I was told as a kid is that the vet like took him. Like he offered to like take him, and my mother took him up on that offer. That might be real, But
That
now that I've thought
probably.
about it in my adulthood, it might also be a cope, and he actually got euthanized that day.
Oh no, he definitely got put down. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah.
He definitely got put down. It's like they're taking. It's like that's the equivalent of your parents saying that the dog is going to a nice farm.
Going to a nice farm where I could frolic, I could play with all the
Mm-hmm.
other dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hate to be the one to like confirm that for you, but now the other thing, if I get a dog, the one that I'm like, the one problem I'm having, what the fuck do I name it? That's like the biggest decision I'm gonna have to make is what the fuck do I name this animal?
It has to start with a D, so it can be blank the Detour ahead dog, and it could be alliteration. So there you go. I've eliminated 25 letters for you. You need to come up with a name that starts with a D.
Sorry, I'm also figuring out Christmas presents with my sisters for my dad. Um, can you repeat yourself real quick? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so you have to have it has to start with the letter D. So
Okay.
it can be the Detour head dog, and it's like alliterate. Like if his name was David, it'd be David the Detour head dog. Yeah, think of a
No,
letter D name. I'm not
no,
saying name him David. That would be a bad name, but it has to start with a D.
no. I was thinking something with 2 syllables so I could throw chew after it for the stream. Like puppy chew. Puppy chew sounds good. Not an actual
The
name, but like something chew. I'm Colo Chew and this is my dog something chew.
I still think if you name him something that starts with D and you call him
Well, yeah, but you're thinking for the show. I'm thinking for across the board because it's my dog.
yeah. Well, you can just have a name that starts with a D and that's your name. Like
I don't know. I got to figure out. I don't know. I don't even have a dog yet. Like, I could easily just go the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon route and just call him Dog. Come here, dog.
could name him Donald.
I will not name my dog Donald. If I was having a son, I would name him Donald. But I'm not. I'm not having a son. I'm having a dog. I'm buying a dog. I want a dog. Riely, I desperately. I don't think like maybe you understand, but I don't think you understand. I want a fucking dog. I want
No,
nothing
I
else in
really
this.
do understand.
Riely,
Alex,
Riely,
like
I want nothing else in this world. Nothing. No earthly possession will stop me. I want no earthly possessions at all. Nothing except a dog. I will.
now I'm just imagining you in like an empty apartment, like all everything has been stripped. It's
Riely,
all
I would
been
love that dog more than myself. If someone came and robbed me and left me a golden retriever puppy with all its vaccinations and it's only 10 weeks old, I would be a little upset. And I'd expect them to leave my 2 pillows and at least 1 blanket. I'd have a dog. I want 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 a dog. That's all I fucking want is a goddamn dog, Riely. You don't
No, Alex,
understand.
what you feel
It is a what's the word? I yearn to be an owner of a dog. I want a creature. I want a living thing to look up to me and look at me knowing that I'm the one who's going to keep it alive and I'm going to do my goddamn best. Every fucking penny, my entire life will be devoted to this fucking dog and making sure it has the best goddamn home possible. I want a fucking dog. Riely, I'm obsessed. I want a dog so
Man,
bad.
you sound like you're having like your quarter life crisis where you feel like you should be married with a child by
Oh
now.
no, I
And that's
100% should.
yeah, and that's what you desire so deeply to give all of your love and care to. And then you're like, okay, no I have no prospects, so I'm not going to have a kid anytime soon. I got to get a dog so I can start Because I can start putting some of these paternal instincts to use that are begging to be used.
It's the testosterone that's come back ever since becoming a man.
True, true. Yeah, no, but like I also desperately want a dog. Like I have my cats and I love my cats, but like it's kind of like a you take what you get and you don't throw a fit type situation where it's like I'm not throwing a fit. I love my Vito and Whitey. I've always preferred dogs over cats, very much so. I want a dog. I I used to say I would trade my cats for. I think at this point I would not trade Vito for a dog. I would need Vito and the dog to coexist. I would trade Whitey for a dog, but that's my
I would
mom's
trade your
cat.
Vito for a dog.
He's
100%.
not.
Give me Vito. I'll
No,
trade him for a dog immediately.
no. You
Immediately.
leave
I'd do it
Vito
tonight.
alone.
I'd lose sleep. I'll call off work. I'll trade Vito for a dog right now. Give
You
him to
leave
me.
Vito alone. But really, I just want a dog. I don't care what kind of dog it is. Like I said, I know you cringed at Chihuahua, but like to me, all dogs are created equal. I see
I
a heckin' dog. I see a heckin' pupper, and that's
I
a
want a
heckin'
family
pupper.
dog. I want a docile family dog. One that's okay. One that's gonna like make like you show pictures of them and they're like, oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at the little guy. Just a little baby. You look at Chihuahuas and you're like, I mean, that is a living thing.
Chihuahuas are cute little babies. Fuck you. I feel the same way I do about all other dogs about Chihuahuas. Once I knew this Chihuahua, his name was Murphy. That dude was chill as fuck. I loved Murphy. He was one of the fucking
Riley,
one of the
Riley,
100 dogs that were in my I've talked about this girl who was like my childhood best friend who had like a fucking zoo at her house. She had like 80 pets.
Riley.
And she had three Chihuahuas that lived in her room, and one of them was Murphy, and Murphy was my bro. I loved Murphy.
Listen,
What's up?
2 words.
Yeah,
Dog park.
true,
Bitches love dog parks.
true, real.
Riley. Get a cute little golden retriever puppy. A little fluff ball. Go hang out at the dog park. Go to parks. Riley,
Yeah,
a dog is just as good as complimenting a woman on her shoes.
I know, but
A dog will turn I was trying to figure out what pedophile I wanted to use. A
I
dog
heard you
will.
go Jay. You were gonna go right to Jeffrey Epstein, but then you were like, "No, I gotta come up with a more sophisticated
I
pedophile."
wanted to say Jared from Subway, but it turned into Jeffrey
Oh,
Epstein.
okay.
A small dog would turn Jared from Subway into a lovable father figure. You look at that pedophile and you would cross the street. But if he's got a cute dog, though, I'm not wrong. Bitches love dogs. You can't take a cat out in public because that's weird. That's considered faux pas. You don't do that. You don't take your cats for walks. You take your dog for a walk, though. Go walk
Yeah.
around the neighborhood with your cute little fluff ball. Go to dog parks. Grand scheme.
That's why you brought up Jared Fogle, and I have to mention this is one of the funniest that I was so caught off guard by this. I listened to an episode of PKA, and there was this guy on there, this guy with like this strong Southern accent, and I guess he's this guy who like he drives around. I think he makes like fake license plates or some shit. I don't remember. He's a guy who travels a lot for some like gay reason. And they were interviewing him about his adventures and his life. And at some point, they came into the knowledge that he was personal friends with Jared Fogle. And it just it evolved into him like defending Jared Fogle low key, and it was so out of nowhere. And I'm just like this goofy Southern dude who's been talking about all of his wacky shenanigans for the past 3 hours is now like, they entrapped him, they entrapped my good friend Jared Fogle.
All right, you want to move on to our I kind of like looped into it, tied into it, and then completely went
Yeah,
off
and then
track.
you just fucking completely abandoned it. Yeah, great job, dickhead. Fucking great comedy bit.
All right, Spotify Wrapped is out, so we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Riley's got retard wrapped on his end to cover, and we also have the shows.
Retard.
We also have the shows wrapped for this year, and I have.
Which are they even doing that this year? Have we even confirmed that? Because I don't think I've even ventured to look this entire time.
I mean, we can put it
Uh,
off. I don't know if you got it yet. If it's on,
I
if
mean,
you're
I
doing
can just
through
Oh, no,
Spotify.
It's here. It's here.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I assume it comes out at the same time as the listener one, but I just wasn't.
It should,
certain.
yeah. I also have the stats from the past 2 years to bring up. I'm not gonna bring up every single year. I'll probably bring up the past year or two and drop the whatever is left.
Oh, don't fucking fail to load on me, Spotify for creators.
So
Okay.
I don't have stats from last year, unfortunately. So if you want to go look back on our old Spotify Wrap for 2024, but I got stats for this year. I did not
Wait,
record it this
How
year.
do you have stats for this year?
For 2025?
Oh, you meant your stats.
Yeah, I'm talking about my stuff while you go figure out your shit.
Okay. Yeah, it's here. I have it.
Fucking
for when
retard.
It's time for the show. But I thought you were talking about the show. I was like, wait, how do you have this? You are logged into my Spotify for creators account.
So I got 56,329 minutes listened. My top genres. Riley, would you like to figure out what my top genre was this year?
What was your top genre this year?
Just take a wild guess at what you think are. There's a reason I'm asking you. It should be easy to figure out. What do you think my top genre was this year?
I mean, is a musical a genre?
Yeah, it's fucking musical.
Okay, well then, yeah.
Musicals, pop rock, pop country, yacht rock, and country. So I listened to 4,210 different songs this year. All right. So this is where like this year's not really like that interesting compared to last year. So last year on December 25th, the last saga for Epic the Musical dropped on December 25th. So all of fucking January and throughout the year, like almost all of January and February, anytime I drove to mom and dad's, I would throw the last saga on. So unfortunately, that has heavily influenced the top songs to where
so it's just all from that album. And
yeah, it's everything but the last song. It's the first 4 songs of the last saga are the top songs of are the top 4. And then there's also Aquarius by Troy, which was number 5, which is an absolute bop, by the way. Do you want to guess what my top album was this year?
Was it the album that you just described?
No, it was not.
What?
I listened to this album for 2,292 minutes.
See, it's weird because because it combines them aggregate, right? Because you don't even listen to just like straight albums, really. Usually, I feel like you listen to
Not
your
really.
playlist.
I listened to them in a playlist,
Um,
but what specific album did I listen to the most this year?
I couldn't even venture to guess. Do you have any
Hamilton.
hints? Fuck, I was gonna say Hamilton, but then I was like, no, because like he doesn't even like that one really.
What? I fucking
No,
love Hamilton. What are you talking about?
no, I guess you do. You just like you're just Rain Man, and like if you're not in the mood for something, you're very aggressively not in the mood for it,
Yeah.
and then that creates the impression for me of like, oh, he doesn't even really like it that much, I guess. That he's so upset that he might have to listen to it.
So this year they did top albums. I'm not sure if they did this last year, but Hamilton was the top #1 album. Jesus
They
Christ
had to have,
Superstar.
right?
I don't know if they did albums
Sorry,
last year or not.
continue.
I'm not sure.
I
I
know they
can't
do
remember.
albums on YouTube Music Recap, so I don't know what they were doing over on Spotify,
They're
but
doing a
I've
whole
had
bunch of
albums
stupid
every
fuck
year.
shit over at Spotify. They
Yeah.
try and do Spotify was the trailblazer for like your year wrapped up, by the way. Like now
Yeah.
did you see the
Now every
Discord?
fucking company is doing it.
Did you
Yeah.
see Discord?
There's a Discord rap
Yeah,
now?
there's a fucking Discord rap.
What the fuck?
So the top
I remember
5.
when I got the moment, the fucking breaking point for me was when I got my fucking Twitch wrapped in my email. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Twitch wrapped? What are we doing here?
So the top albums: Hamilton, JC Superstar,
Uh-huh.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Fair. Real and fair.
This is where it takes a complete left turn because all 3 of those you're like, oh, theater kid, that's fine, right?
Sure.
F1 Trillion Long Bed. It's the Post Malone country album that he put out this year.
Okay. Shout out to Post Malone.
And then Double
Post
Dare.
Malone, who is not a rapper, right? He just has a very rapper name, but he's not a rapper, right?
No, he was. That's how he started his career.
was,
And now he's
okay.
moving into he moved into country for an album.
Because he did. Well, no, because he did like he was doing more like R&B than rap, right? Because he did like Sunflower for Spider-Verse.
Yeah, a
I
little
don't know
bit.
if that was a
Yeah.
departure from what he had done before that. If he was like doing straight up raps before Sunflower, but
Not really like Eminem style rap, but like more R&B is fair. And then Double Dare by Water Parks was the last one there. Do you want to guess my top podcast this year?
Well, it might be the Dick Show, I'm gonna guess.
What other podcasts did I listen to this year?
Is there any other ones ranked, or does it just say the top one?
No,
I've got my podcast double ranked. We'll get to my section in a minute, but I'm
yeah,
stacked.
we'll get to
podcast
you in a
section.
minute. My top podcast was The Dick Show, obviously. I streamed it for... Okay. I streamed 3,900 minutes of podcasts, right?
The 3,899 minutes of the Dick Show.
You streamed 3,745 minutes of The Dick Show. So I'm trying to figure out where those other 200 are. Probably the biggest problem.
Yeah.
I listened to
Realistically.
2,333 different artists. All right, my top artists, what everybody wants to hear.
Okay.
Number 1, for 2 years in a row, Jorge Rivera Herons, the guy who created Epic the Musical.
Wow.
Fair. Number 2, I went through a WWE phase for a few months this year.
I recall.
So that's number 2. Number 3, solely because of JC Superstar, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yep. Maybe
Number
a little tiny bit of Phantom of the Opera in there, but mostly
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
I did find a link for Love Never Dies, by the way. If you would like
There
to
we
cover it on the
go.
show. I don't know, because Tyler highly recommended it. And Tyler's our like resident music guy on the show, or musical guy on the show now.
I'm glad you said that because if you recall, he also recommended another thing. So I'm glad that's
If we do Love
that's
Never
very
Dies,
good
we'll
now.
do whatever you're referencing.
I think we already agreed to do this, but I'm just like rubbing it in that we about High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Oh well, yeah, we already agreed that would probably possibly be thrown in
He's
after
still
3.
saying probably, maybe, possibly, but
Listen,
Tyler
okay.
recommended it, so I think you have to now. You have to commit.
So I don't know if you want to do Love Never Dies or not. It's not the same actor and actress though, unfortunately. Well, obviously.
I figured as much, yeah.
So number 3, Andrew Lloyd Webber, because of JC Superstar and Phantom of the Opera.
Wait, why are you going 1 to 5? I just realized you were going 1 to 5.
Oh, because I read top to bottom. I don't know.
You should know in your mind when you're doing a ranking to do bottom first.
Because number 5 would reveal what number 1 was.
How is that?
Well, number 4 is Troy, the guy who does Hermes in Epic the Musical.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5 is cast of Epic the Musical.
Fair enough.
That's why I just did top to bottom. Let's see. Is there anything else that was important on this? I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps that. That pretty much wraps that up. Haha.
Hey.
All right. Did you figure out your technical issues?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do my stuff first. Then we're gonna end on the show's wrapped.
Let me pull up.
I've got a couple things.
Let me pull up
that
the
are
notes.
that are in the. I've got a couple things that are in this general area because like we're not gonna do wrapped shit again. So I have a couple extra things beyond the regular thing. But of course, as always, tried and true, I have the YouTube music recap that will serve a similar purpose to the Spotify recap. Let me pull that shit up. Turn my volume down so it doesn't spoil my top song because it does just play your top song during the presentation. Okay, yeah, 2025 recap. Okay, nope. I'm skipping things by accident. Okay, so I listened to 1,766 minutes of music this year, which I think is fucking a pittance compared to you. My longest streak is 4 days, which I guess that means how many days in a row I listen to music. Okay, well, it reveals the top song first, but then it's gonna do the top 5, so I'm gonna let it go through the motions. Okay. All right. So this is one of those cases where silly songs made some rankings here because what is it? Why can I not pause this shit? There needs to be a pause button on this shit, so I have to go back as I talk. But because obviously funny songs are the ones that I'm watching on repeat. So just know that only 3 out of these 5 songs are here because of their actual musical value. Number 5 is "Do What You Want" by Drake Bell. Number 4 is "I Know" by Drake Bell. Number 3 is the Ashley Babbitt song by Dick Masterson and Vito Gesualdi. That song Vito wrote about that chick who got shot on January 6th that Dick sang and played guitar on is my number 3 song. It's on Clip Sama's channel, actually. Shout out to Clip Sama. Number 2 is "It's Never Over" by Drake Bell. And you want to know what number 1 is, Alex?
What?
It's the fucking "Save Me Mario" "Princess is a Hoe" song. So there you go. Those are my top 5 songs of the year. 3 Drake Bell songs,
If
and
you
then the
remind me,
Ashley Babbitt song, and fucking that fucking Save Me Mario. What do you want me to remind you of?
Halloween next year, I'll do Bowsette.
That's great.
If you remind me, but we'll see. All right,
Okay,
keep
whatever.
going.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna reveal top artist early, and then do the top 5. Skip through all this shit. Whatever. I'm an explorer. Wait, when is it? Oh, it does top 5 artists at the end. That's weird. It does the top artist. This presentation sucks, by the way. Um, but okay. Here's the podcast top 5 for YouTube. There's a double whammy I'm gonna hit you with after, but for YouTube podcast. So the main appeal of this whole thing is like podcast stats to me, obviously, because I'm a podcast man. And I will say the podcast stats I'm going to report are skewed for several reasons. Like YouTube, but not you have to like set your podcast as a podcast for YouTube to count it as a podcast. Like it's not 100% accurate, but it's a pretty good read. And so the top 5 podcasts from 5 to 1. Number 5 is The Loudest Podcast, classic Asterios program. Number 4, Shot from the Point, Tommy C's show. Number 3, Is It Kino? That's Mumkey's movie review podcast. Number 2, The Anthony Cumia Show. Political AM talk radio that's aggressively conservative because that's what me, a leftist, spends my time listening to. And then number 1, hey guys, guess what number 1 is? Can you fucking guess what my number 1 podcast on YouTube might be?
Biggest problem in the universe.
Biggest problem in the universe. And the funny thing about this is, I'm pretty sure a lot of those episodes didn't count because Vito wasn't updating the playlist, and yet it's still my top podcast. All right, so here's my top 5 albums of the year. Are okay. I keep having to skip back. Number 5 is the Dan Avidan and Super Guitar Bros 2 album, where it's just like covers by Dan Avidan from Ninja Sex Party and the Super Guitar Bros. Number 4 is It's Only Time by Drake Bell. Number 3 is I keep having to skip back, and then there's like a little intro part. Death Consciousness by Have a Nice Life, which is actually an album I listened to for Riely and Isabel's Music Adventures podcast. But it's so long that it's one of my top albums because I listened to the whole thing once, and it's a fucking hour and a half album. And for the same reason, number 2 is the deluxe version of Britney Spears' debut album, "Baby One More Time," because I listened to that once, but it's a long album. And then number 1 is the Lost album by Drake Bell. Shocking information. Wait, where the fuck is top artist? Did I skip that one? I hate this fucking gay presentation. Here we go. Okay, so I have to reveal my top artist first for this to work, but it's fine because everybody knows who it is. It's Drake Bell. As it is last year. I listened to 638 minutes, top 0.2% of Drake Bell fans. And now I listened to him on 31 different days, mostly in January, February, and March, and then a little bit scattered through the rest of the year. I listened to 49 different artists this year total. And then we got the top 5. So number 5, Britney Spears. Number 4, Sky Hill, which was Dan from Ninja Sex Party's band before Ninja Sex Party. Number 3, hold on, fucking shitty ass presentation making me go back again. Number 3 is Joshua Bassett, who I love and have been fascinated with recently. Here's the thing about music, right? Is like you can make amazing songs out of like any subject matter. Like it doesn't matter what the subject matter is, as long as like you feel it in your heart and like you're making good music along with it. 95% of Joshua Bassett's musical catalog is I fumbled Olivia Rodrigo and I'm upset about it. But he's made some damn good songs about that. He also fumbled Sabrina Carpenter. The biggest fumbler of the fucking century, Joshua Bassett, fumbled Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter. The two hottest pop stars right now. Fumbled them both. And then number 2, we've got the Driver Era, which is a band that I discovered this year that I'm really into. Ross Lynch, that Disney dude. He was also in that Dahmer show. More recently is what he's known for. You know Ross Lynch at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Ross Lynch and his brother Rocky got like I just got like ground down by years and years of like dealing with like the industry and producers and shit. So they were like, you know what, we're gonna start a 2-man group. We're doing it all on our own. No fucking producers, no fucking gay production shit. Where we're doing an indie band. And it's called the Driver Era because they're in the driver's seat. Haha, funny joke, but it's a good band. I think they've put out 3 albums, maybe 4. And I'm a big fan, as you can tell by the fact that they are my number 2 artist on my YouTube Music recap. And of course, number 1 is Drake Bell. And then there's YouTube Music, okay? But to expand a little bit on some of the material from YouTube Music, YouTube is, of course, not the only place that I consume podcasts. I also use a podcast app entitled Podcast Addict, which just so happens to have very easily accessible listener stats that can be separated by year. So I'm going to very quickly recap my highlights from 2025. So I'm actually going to go top to bottom here just because I have to do some math and it's weird. I'm just kind of spitballing. So first of all, there's just 4 days and 8 hours of it's by days, by the way. They track it by hours and days instead of hours and minutes, just to make you feel like an absolute piece of shit for wasting all of that time. And so there's 4 days and 8 hours of external media files, which could be literally anything. So that doesn't count. That's technically my second top podcast is external media files. But there's no way to quantify what that entails, so that just doesn't count. Um, the top podcast is The Dick Show, shocking no one. Which the top 2 are actually The Dick Show, technically, because there's The Dick Show regular feed, and then there's The Dick Show bonus episode feed, which I listened to 4 days and 10 hours of the free show and 4 days and 3 hours of the bonus shows. So that makes about 8 days and 13 hours of the Dick Show I listened to this year on this podcast app. So that's cool. Who are these podcasts? 2 days and 9 hours. The Morphing Grid, 2 days, but then there's like an older archive feed that's 1 day, so 3 days total for the Morphing Grid. So I'm still a Power Rangers nerd. Although I think in 2023 the Morphing Grid was like fucking 18 days. So I've definitely calmed down a bit. PKA 2 days. Biggest Problem 1 day, 7 hours. So there's another 31 hours of Biggest Problem that wasn't accounted for. The Anthony Cumia Show also 1 day, 2 hours. Jim Norton Can't Save You. There you go. There's some podcast highlights. And then the last thing I wanted to do here, because I was so happy this is finally here, right? Because I was bitching about this last year because every fucking thing had Wrapped, right? Except for, you see, YouTube Music obviously had a Wrap. YouTube Gaming had a Wrapped, but YouTube in general did not have a Wrapped last year or ever. But this year, YouTube has a Wrapped. YouTube itself said not just music and gaming, the whole shebang. So I don't know if you want to share yours because I'm not sure if you were even aware that this existed. But I will share mine.
I was not. I'm figuring that out right now.
Yeah. So I'll give mine, and then if you want to share yours, you can. But okay. YouTube recap 2025. Here we go. 2025 is almost over. Let's hit play on the story of your year. I explored many things: live streams, music, movie trailers, all sorts of video genres. Okay, my top 5 interests. Number 5, superhero movies and comics. Number 4, funny pet videos. Number 3, anime and manga discussion. Number 2, classic video game reviews. And number 1, Sonic the Hedgehog games. I watched 3,277 total channels this year. That is 9 times the average viewer, apparently. In my top 5 channels, number 5 is Woody's Gamer Tag, which is the channel that hosts PKA, which is not counted as a podcast on YouTube, which is why it was not in the music recap. Same thing for number 4, which is Who Are These Podcasts? Number 3 is Lolcow Live. Number 2 is Game Grumps, which I was kind of surprised by. That was earlier in the year that I was kind of binging some of their stuff. And then number 1 is still Biggest Problem in the Universe. There was one channel you really showed up for. Biggest Problem in the Universe. I was in the top 15% of viewers. I watched 149 of their videos this year. In 2025, you showed many different sides of you. Game obsessed. You really dug into the world of Sonic and other classic games, exploring different eras and characters. Pet lover. You've shown a lot of love for animals, especially cats and dogs and their funny antics. Pop culture fan. You enjoy exploring different shows, movies, and comics and their various storylines. Okay, whatever. You get a personality type. I'm the wonder seeker. I'm drawn to awe-inspiring content that shows extraordinary skills. Okay. Let's look back at some moments from your year. Early 2025. Okay, so this is the funny part, right? It gives you some channels you were watching during different parts of the year. It was weird how few of these I even remember existing. So early 2025, focused on gaming, dove into classic games, whatever. The channels listed are Just Jam, don't remember who that is. Tevlev, don't remember who that is. And Riely and Friends. I think I might know who that is. Mid 2025, watched comedy shows, and the channels are V and Fuso. I know that guy. He reviews like sitcoms and superhero movies and shit. I like him. Anything underscore clips. No fucking idea. Cartoon Nation. I mean, no idea off the top of my head, but it's probably just like cartoon clips. Uh, Late 2025, explored pop culture. And that's JonTron Show, Comic Fi, which is probably just like a comic YouTube Shorts channel, and Monkey D. Jones, which is Monkey's One Piece channel. And yeah, music, we already did that. Comes to games, you were all in. My top games that I watched on YouTube this year: Sonic Adventure 2, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going top to bottom here for some reason, but I'm already committed now. Sonic Adventure, Forspoken, and Pokemon Snap. Based on what you've watched, we've got an award for you. You got the most likely to quote your favorite shows at the most random times award. Fucking Quirk Chungus bullshit. I don't care. Thanks for spending 2025 with us. Da, da, da. There you go. YouTube recap. Excellent.
All right, I figured it out.
I'm glad we finally have one. I'm very happy to know my YouTube recap, and now let's know yours.
So your top interests. Are we doing bottom to top or top to bottom?
The top interests I don't think are ranked.
That they are a little bit.
Okay,
Anyway.
just do it bottom to top.
Checking out musical theater. So obviously that
Fair.
was influenced by the show. Following animation content. So there's a few YouTube shows that I watch. Discovering new game mods. I went through a Minecraft phase this year.
I was there.
Watching game speed runs again, Minecraft.
Uh-huh.
And then exploring horror games, which is just running through Markiplier's backlog of shit. I watched 104 different channels this year.
Whoa! My number was like fucking 30 times that.
Well, I don't spend my life on YouTube.
Yeah, it's true. There you go.
My top channels going from bottom to top. Oh, okay, that's why I had to get reminded of my Minecraft phase. I was watching N64, Mario 64 speedruns, so that's simply. I did some Pokemon stuff and got caught up on Hoodlum Callum shit. Dream started streaming again and doing Minecraft speedruns, so I threw him up in the background for a while.
I forgot you watch fucking Dream.
He's entertaining live, but I don't really watch his videos anymore. I like the Minecraft speedrun aspect. I went through a Balatro phase this year, so Raffle Light, I was watching
there.
him. And then my number one is obviously Markiplier. I'm in the top 3% of viewers. That's rough. I'm in the top 3% of viewers. You watched 165 of their videos.
Wow, you're 13% more dedicated to Markiplier than I am to the biggest problem of the universe.
This is all Quirk Chungus garbage.
Yep.
Garbage, garbage, garbage. Don't care. When it came to games, all right. Your top games. Do you want to take a guess at what my top game was?
Let's see. Balatro, Minecraft, fucking... Well, your top game... Shit, is it Balatro or Minecraft? I'm gonna go Balatro.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
Minecraft immediately
And then
after.
Minecraft, yep.
Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
And then because of Markiplier, I went and rewatched his Raft playthrough and Lethal Company playthrough.
Okay.
I don't care about your, and that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, and I was binging Game Grumps Sonic content, by the way, in case anybody was curious why my YouTube recap was dominated by Sonic and the top 3 games were Sonic games.
All right, you want to get onto the show?
Yes.
Finish up.
You confused me for a minute. I was like, we've been doing the show for 2 hours. What are you fucking talking about?
We're almost 2 hours in. This video is gonna be a bitch to fucking edit. Or it's gonna be a bitch to upload. The longer the video, the bigger the file. So
all right, Rat for Creators. Here we go. 2025. Let's go.
Now,
this was quite the year for you. It was your shittiest year yet.
Do you want to? Can you pause that or no?
Actually saying that, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This one, it will not move on unless I make it. Thank God.
Okay. Would you like me to read 23 and 24 before we get into 25, or is that going to make it look worse?
I feel like we should read 25 first and then compare it. I don't know.
It's up to you. You have the stats.
Let's just read 25 first, and then we'll compare it.
All I have written down are How many stars, top episode, and top country?
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and go over it then.
So both years we got top 5 stars. This is episode 143. Just telling you that now. We're on 143. Our top episode in 2023 was episode 51, Dragon Ball 2.
Oh.
And in 2024 was episode 54, Lol Cows.
Well then.
A full year later, we didn't do anything better outside of like, I don't know. It was Lol Cows was 54. Our top country when we first started in 23 was Austria, and then it was the USA last year, which makes sense.
I forgot it was Austria. That
Yeah,
had to have
Austria
been Florian.
for
There's
the
no other
first year.
fucking way. That had to have been literally the only person who listened to the podcast the entire year was like Florian checked out an episode once.
Oh, probably, yeah. That makes sense. So, what do we have for 2025? I'm curious as to see what I always look forward to for this is I want to know what our top episode was because I can look back and be like, okay, we did something right there. Unless it's another episode 50 something.
All right, let's find out. A little proof that hard work pays off. Total new audience. That can't be true. There's no fucking way. Something's broken here. I don't even believe there's a way this could have been calculated. Apparently we're up 999% new audience.
So from 1 to 9.
Okay, fair enough.
Or from like 2 to 18 or something like that.
Our total followers is up 15% from last year.
Okay.
This year, one episode rose above the rest. Here we go.
That's the one I want to hear.
Let's hear it. It probably would be the Charlie Kirk episode if I had posted it promptly, but let's find out what it is instead. Hey, Alex! You want to know what our top episode was in 2025?
What?
Why don't you take a guess?
Is it the first one?
It's episode 54, Lolcast.
Damn. Okay. So we haven't done shit in almost
Yep.
100 episodes. That was worth. Speaking of which, well, once you're wrap this up, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
what the. Because I don't know if I get like a creator wrapped for YouTube.
You don't. That's an unfortunate, as far as I know, at least. I guess I haven't checked YouTube Studio. I haven't checked YouTube Studio. You might be right.
I'm not. I don't see anything, but I can tell you what our top episode was for the YouTube.
Okay, what was our top episode for the YouTube?
What episode number is this? You son of a bitch. You fucking piece of shit retard.
Is it also Lolcast?
No, you didn't put the episode number in the fucking title. Or in the fucking... You didn't tell...
Oh, in the description?
In the description. It's like the one thing
Are you sure that
did.
wasn't one of the
Forgot
descriptions
to
you
change
wrote?
No, it wasn't me. I know for a fact it wasn't me. I just blindly copy and paste. Where's
No, but
fucking
there were a
thumbnail?
few weeks where like I slacked off and you did the description, and I think it might have been one of those.
Are you sure? Our top
think so.
episode
Okay.
of this past year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says it came out a year ago. When did this video actually come out though? August of 2024 is our top video
Okay.
with
What episode?
825 views. The Curse is Real, the Sonichu episode.
You know, I should have known that actually. Thinking back.
Episode 92?
We're still quoting
92.
it. Quote Chungus shit.
Do we have a top
Your
country this
listening
year?
passport got a real workout. Okay, so now we're gonna learn about world. 7 countries reached overall. Our top countries were Australia was number 5, Ireland is number 4, Ecuador is number 3, Canada is number 2, and United States number 1.
Okay. So
No
basically,
Austria. Florian stopped listening.
do we have like? I'm pretty sure we're still 5 stars though, right?
I mean, we'll see if that comes up. Right, yeah. I don't
Unless
care.
your
Move on.
fucking friend Redox went on a fucking binge this year and voted
It
us
goes
down a
without
shit
saying,
ton.
your fans have great taste. Here's what else they're listening to.
I don't want to hear
Their
what they're
top
listening
artist,
to.
their top artist, 21 Pilots, number 1. Zach Bryan, number 2. Number 3, Jorge Rivera Heron.
There we go.
Number 4, Father Ted. Number 5, Yeet. The only people I've heard of are 21 Pilots and Jorge Rivera Herons.
We're gonna cover Epic at some point.
Their top audiobooks are World
I don't
War
want to hear that
Z,
shit.
The Hobbit, Robot, 5 Years from Now, and fucking Warriors, the New Prophecy, number 1. People, you cannot be listening to Detour Head and also be listening to fucking Warrior Cat's audiobook. Come on. I'm just kidding. You're allowed to like whatever you want. Warrior Cat fan who's in our audience. Their top podcast shows, The Rizzuto Show, never heard of it in my fucking life. Too High for Stupid, never heard of it in my fucking life. Doughboys, I feel like I've heard someone mention it before actually, but I know nothing about it. Number 4, Hunting Warhead, which appears to be a CBS podcast, or no, CBC, my bad. Never heard of it. And then Broken Records, The Search for the Worst Album. Never fucking heard of it. What are you guys out there listening to? I'm really surprised that no Dick Show adjacent shows appeared here. Okay, you might want to frame this. I don't think I will, but tell me about it anyway. A 2025 marathon show. Fans listen to you for longer than 62% of other shows? Okay. I mean, I believe that just because there's so much zero listener slop on Spotify.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're in the top 62.
We're in the top half of podcasts.
That's not bad. We're in the top half.
Yeah. A 2025 fan fave, your average rating was higher than 75% of other shows. Probably because only 2 people rated it, but that's fine.
What, me and you?
Probably. Okay, I think I've reached the end here, it seems. Yeah, there you go.
All right,
We ain't
everybody.
doing shit.
What are we doing next week?
We're doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay. Just so you're aware, I know, like, I haven't watched it since Easter, but I've listened to the album so many times to the point where I could probably recite it from heart.
You still have to rewatch it.
No,
Those are
I'm
the
gonna
sacred
rewatch it.
rules.
Of course I'm gonna rewatch it. I would love to rewatch it. I've been waiting. I just think it's funny that our listeners are listening to the same shit as me. That's funny. Jorge. He's working on new shit. And I'm hoping it gets Saga 1 gets released soon. But it's probably not gonna be for a while. But all right, everybody.
Listen, Epic the Musical only gets to be the coolest Odyssey adaptation for like a little while longer.
until he starts releasing sagas for Ilium, his next project, which
Well,
is
no,
the
because that's
Iliad.
different. That's the Iliad. I'm just saying it because then who the fuck? I don't remember who's directing it, but I know it's someone famous. They're making like a really big deal, the Odyssey movie that's coming out. I think at the end of this year, or maybe next year.
Yeah,
Let me look.
I'm aware of that.
Oh yeah, it is next year, July of next year. Okay, Christopher Nolan. That's who it was.
Yep. Tom Holland is going to be Telemachus.
Tom Holland's in it. Matt Damon's Odysseus. Robert Pattinson's in it. Zendaya's in it because that I guess they just have to be in each other's movies. It's a requirement. Elliot Page
Zendaya.
is in it apparently.
I wonder if Zendaya is going to be Cersei or
She's Athena.
oh, she's Athena?
Yep.
Interesting. That makes sense. Athena and Telemachus are like best friends. That makes sense.
Yeah. So tracks makes sense.
We'll have to cover that when it comes out.
I'm definitely down.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to Detour Ahead. It's been a. I wonder if our fucking Spotify rap for the show would have been better if you released shit on time
You know, I was actually gonna bring that up and then I forgot to.
and
Yeah,
didn't
that
like
probably.
mass release things like 10 at a time.
By the way, folks, just so you know, the most recent podcast episode of the feed is definitely not Jason's Descent. It's not. It's the current most recent episode is on there, of course.
Anyway, thanks everybody so much for watching and listening. Uh, we're gonna do JC Superstar next year or next week. Next week. All right.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.
Yes. Well, Craig's not going to hear this, but that's okay. What?
linktr.ee/COLOCHU.
Yeah, true. linktr.ee/RIELY Cinematic Universe.
There we go. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.